I came in late. I was on a date. Okay, I was on a date. And we walked into the movie theater late. And so the movie had already started and it was pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
And we're walking up to the little like couple seats, on the side where they only have like two.
Mm-hmm.
And I full on sat in someone's lap.
Well,
yep.
That's
didn't see her there. I did
so
not see
that's
her.
how you met your better half.
No.
Oh, I don't know why. I can only record when I'm drinking whiskey, guys. I don't know if that's going to make the final cut, but welcome in, guys. Episode 2 of Rambling Gamers, and today we're going to be talking with Storybook _ ACNH, aka Mel. She's a good friend of mine, and this is episode 2, and we will be discussing her growth on Instagram. You guys will figure out the first couple episodes. You really wanted a diverse group as far as where they're making their content. And you saw the first episode, that's with Mia. It wasn't much about content creation, but it was more about being a mod and her journey from moving from the U.S. from the U.S. From Italy to the U.S. And this episode deals a little more about Mel's journey and her life with gaming and being a mom. She makes some really good points that I still talk to her about almost daily or weekly. Every time I'm in stream, I'm always mentioning, this tip that you gave or whatever. She talks about being a mom, and whether you're a parent, you might have some things you agree with or something you disagree with. But she makes some really good points about how to grow on Instagram and kind of her journey, what she's done so far. So really hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna keep this intro this week very short since I started out with some whiskey, and I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Have a wonderful day. Oh, why does it burn?
Okay.
I know that you're big into Animal Crossing, but before now, years ago, did you play games as a kid?
Seriously, no. Like,
Okay.
I wasn't like a hardcore gamer. But yeah, of course. I played every Mario game. I remember when the very first Nintendo system came out at like midnight, and my dad and I went to Walmart at midnight and stood in line and got the very first. Yeah, we did. It's a childhood memory of mine. I don't remember what year that was. I was little.
So you got the Nintendo.
Yes, like the very first Duck Hunter, the little dog that laughs at you when you miss the duck. I got that game. And we brought it home and we played. And I swear it was like midnight when they released it. We stood in line at Walmart.
So I'm looking. It looks like it came out in. I'm giving it a Google right now. 1986.
Yeah,
September
I was
27th. So it means you would have been September 26th. Right before midnight.
I would have been like 4.
Wow.
So I was young. But I remember him bringing it home, like us going and bringing it home. And yeah, that was my very first Nintendo.
I
didn't do
story.
Atari. I'm not old enough to say I did Atari, but I did do the first Nintendo.
Well,
and then we've had every system since, every single one.
So your parents approved of gaming then?
Definitely. No, it was limited. You had to have your homework done, schoolwork. Right. Obviously, you could get grounded from it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And they played with us too.
Yeah, and that was back then where it's like pulling it out the wall and throwing it in a closet or in our closet or whatever, so you can't get to it.
Yep.
Huh. So you played the Mario. Your parents played all the same, or was it just your dad, or did your mom like to try it out as well?
I mean, we'd play they would play with us, but my dad never like gamed. He wasn't a gamer or anything like that. He got it. It was the first gaming system to come out. He was big into electronics too. So he liked to have all the new electronic things. We had one of the first computers and, so he was into that kind of stuff.
So he was going to Radio Shack all the time because that's dating ourselves.
Probably. God, Radio Shack.
I kind of miss those simple times of having like 30 stores you had to go to like you had to go to Radio Shack for this piece, and then you had to go to Circuit City for that, and now it's just kind of instantly there 2 days at your door.
Yeah, Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
God, I remember Circuit City, Gregg, all those. We had all of them.
I think all there is now is Best Buy, right? That's what I would think.
Yeah, I don't think Gregg's here anymore either, or Circuit City
closed here years ago.
Same.
So has gaming kind of stayed a part of your life throughout, or have you kind of taken breaks from it, like in college where you're like, well, that's not cool anymore, or in high school? How was it kind of gone throughout?
Hey there, sorry, my phone.
Oh, no worries.
Pause. It was more viewed as like a party thing.
All right.
Like when we all got together, we'd play Mario Kart. Or right. I remember when I got I got 007 for Christmas one year, and all my guy friends came over on Christmas Day, and we played 007 in the living room. And my parents would like join in and laugh and cut up, and we'd shoot each other, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. The only computer game my dad ever played, and I remember I would sneak in his office and play it, was Wolfenstein. Do you ever remember that game?
Wolfenstein. Why does that sound familiar?
Oh my God. It was like I don't even know what kind of game, but you would shoot people and kill them. And I can remember like middle school age, maybe even elementary, I would sneak into his office and play it because it was pretty gory. Mm-hmm. And I beat it before he did. And he got mad because he realized that I was the one on his computer.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at some footage now and of Wolfenstein 3. It kind of looks like Doom to me. Similar to
Doom. I don't know Doom, but it was pretty good.
Like a first-person shooter. So everybody knows it's kind of like that. You're shooting people or monsters or whatever, and you got the gun right in the center of the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. I would think for me as well. Like it Mario Kart has always been like stationary in my life. Like I've played every single one like throughout childhood and then college and even as adulthood. I still play and rage. As you sometimes see.
Definitely the constant. And 007 too. That was one of the ones we always play as the GoldenEye. Is that what it's called?
GoldenEye. Yep. That was one when Pierce Brosnan. I still think he's the best Bond. I mean, maybe because I grew up with him.
No, I agree with you completely.
I feel like the James Bond you grew up with is similar to growing up with a certain cast of SNL. It's like that was the best one back between, whatever ages.
Yeah, I would agree.
Well, getting away a little from that, I mean, recently in your adulthood for gaming, you've been playing Animal Crossing, and obviously
I played it a few hours.
Yeah. And in Animal Crossing, there's a huge Animal Crossing Instagram community. And I want to know what made you join it, and were you kind of like lurking before you joined it?
So I didn't even really have an Instagram before, but my sister did, my younger sister.
Not even a personal one.
And yeah, she had a personal one. She was all into it. I think I had a personal one, but never touched it.
Right.
And my daughter, she started my Instagram now just for fun because she was into Animal Crossing during the pandemic. So she would show me things that other creators had built from her phone, and then she would try to recreate them on her island, whatever. So my sister was over one day, and she was like, "Why aren't you putting your stuff on Instagram?" And I was kind of like, because I don't know how to work it. I didn't know how to do it. I wasn't, and I did Facebook, and I had quit using Facebook and all of social media.
Right.
And so my sister had me basically take over our Instagram from Claire, because Claire's my daughter, and just kind of start posting my own stuff. And it was really nerve-wracking at first because I didn't even know how to post anything.
Right.
And that was in August of 2021. And I think we had 100 followers at that point when I took it over. So,
and obviously it's blossomed. I mean, I'm gonna give you the shout out now. If you guys don't follow her, it is Storybrook_ACNH, and right now you're at about 20,000, little over 20,000 followers. And
yeah,
I don't even remember when I followed you, but you definitely weren't that big. So
no, I hit 20,000 right at a year in 2022, right at a year after I'd been on. I
I
hit
mean,
10,000 in about 6 months. I think I started following you because of Gubs.
mm,
She told me to come check out your stream. I think you were touring one of her islands, like
mhm.
roasting it or whatever.
Yes, that was the
And that
island
was,
roast.
yeah, you did. I think it was her California island.
Yes.
And that's when I came in to stream for the first time. So I don't remember when that was, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, well, according to Twitch, it's 15 months, but you kind of know how Twitch is. Like, it's like doesn't mean I sub to you day one. There's very few people that
Right.
sub to you day one on Twitch, but
Yep.
oh, so being on Instagram, you're growing your channel. How do you think you've grown? What has made you grow over the past year or
Um,
a year and a half, really?
Maybe consistency.
Mm-hmm.
For the first year, I posted every day, and really just got to know people in the community. Got involved.
Mm-hmm.
Got involved in streams. You meet people, and it's kind of becomes like a little network. And you get to know each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start supporting each other. And I think everything just snowballs from there. You
Yeah,
get to know each other, and you grow as a creator, and then you make some really good friendships too.
right. Do you have a favorite post or reel that you could think of off the top of your head that you've taken part in, where you kind of felt like, wow, this really is a fun community to be part of?
Hmm.
Well, while you're
Oh
thinking,
gosh,
I'll give
it's
you mine.
so many.
I'll give you
Okay.
mine. The first one that we actually took part in, which was recreating the tongue on the pole scene from A Christmas Story.
Oh my gosh, I do remember
That was
that.
the
That was
first one.
hilarious.
If you guys don't know, I got a DM from Mel on Instagram or from our acquaintance Gubs, and yeah, it was, do you want to take part in this photo shoot? And I think at that point I've only done a couple, and I was like, oh sure. And we get there, and you're running around. Everybody's just kind of running around the island. And I think we were talking on voice chat and Instagram, which at that point I didn't even know Instagram had like phone calls.
Yeah.
And I think it took us all but 15, 20 minutes maybe between everybody flying in, flying out, and getting the poses going. It's still one of my favorite ones, just because it was like the first quote unquote big one. You know, the post kind of blew up a little bit just because it was a fun
Oh, it was
recreation.
hilarious. Yeah, that one. I also liked the wedding that we did. That was a lot of fun too.
Oh yes.
I mean, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot. That was just the whole thing. Like I did a whole thing leading up to it, your
Mm-hmm.
bachelor party,
Yes.
and then the bride's getting ready, and like
Yeah.
the whole thing was really cute.
Yeah. If anybody
That
doesn't
was fun.
know, because we're gonna have a whole introductory podcast episode, so everybody will kind of know who I am and who I'm talking with. But I stream on Twitch, and I think I'd only known Mel for maybe a month or two, and she wanted to host a quote unquote fake wedding, between me and Gubbly Pie, and we obliged. We said, yeah, sure, let's do it. And the wedding was going to take place in Gub stream, but she only streamed like once a week, like you said, like at 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern, and usually I'm live from 1 to 4 or 5. And I was like, well, I want to stream something about it. So I came up with a bachelor party. So Mel ended up adding a bachelor party space on her island. And during my stream, I think we visited multiple islands.
Yeah, you did.
Actually,
It was so fun.
it was as if we were like, a bachelor party, but we're like, we were island hopping. And, I think one was like, more European themed, so it felt like we were walking through the corridor of like Amsterdam, and I think another one was like a tropical one, and then we went to yours, and that was where like what happens in the basement stays in the basement. But it was a good time.
Exactly.
It was a good time. And Ham was hamming it up, I guess you could say.
Her bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
I think my absolute favorite, though, now that I'm thinking about it, is that Easter egg hunt reel we did. We were all dressed up as chicks.
Yes. That was fun. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That one was a blast. Yeah.
That one was pretty fun.
And if you guys don't, we do a lot of this stuff on my stream and throughout Instagram. We do a lot of different Animal Crossing events, and that was one of them. That was a big egg hunt. We teamed up with
Nookazon.
And yeah. Or as I used to say, Nookazoon.
Yeah.
So obviously you've been creating stuff for over a year now, or really ever since you jumped on Instagram. You obviously enjoy making gaming content, but are there any creators that you get inspiration from or that you like?
Oh, there's so many. It's so many to shout out just a few, but I would say before I was part of the community, obviously, Marilyn Tropicich was one of the big
Mm,
inspirations. And
right.
I don't know if you knew her or not, but Mia Land.
Yes, I
Um,
knew her a little bit. I think by the time
yeah,
her and I spoke, I think she kind of like drifted off a little bit or took a
yeah.
break or
I wish they'd come back, but yeah.
yeah.
Another one too is Ezzy Tiger Lily. I used to love watching her streams and
Hmm.
stuff too in the beginning. She's amazing.
Well,
Um,
well, that was a part of it. A lot of people started streaming because it was pandemic. They're like, oh, I'm working from
yeah,
home or I'm in between jobs right now, and I'm gonna do whatever.
yeah, definitely.
um, yeah. So, we're not gonna get too personal into it, but I like to kind of peel the onion or the banana, whatever analogy you want, and beyond gaming, what do you do? Do you in with your family, work wise, or are you staying at home? What do you do in your day-to-day life?
So I'm a mom, obviously, and I homeschool my girls.
Mm-hmm.
But before becoming a mom, I was a teacher.
Oh,
So I taught special ed for the public school
oh,
system. Yeah,
oh, wow.
I didn't do it long because I had kids young, but
Mm-hmm.
I did do it for a couple of years.
Right. Oh, no, I have a family. If you see my Twitch stream, I talk about all the time. I have a family full of teachers, so I have nothing but respect for people that do that, and in my opinion, get underpaid and overworked.
Definitely. It's such a rewarding job, though. I
Right.
loved it. I would go back one day, but
Right.
still at home with the girls, so
Yeah.
not yet.
Well, you know what? You're raising them up to be good little mini yous, right?
That's the plan. That's the goal.
um. Well, have you ever? Well, I guess this might be a hard one, but have you ever played a game that's related to teaching?
I mean, I guess they all teach us something.
That's
I mean,
true.
I don't really know. I guess
Yeah,
I don't know. Animal Crossing takes planning.
that is true. Have you ever played other games that are like design oriented, or is Animal Crossing kind of the first one where you jumped into that?
I mean, I played Minecraft once with my dog. Like literally, when I say once, I mean I legit sat down one time and played with her, if you count that,
Hmm.
because she wanted me to help her make something, and I helped her design a house in the game. But that's really it. I've never, other than Mario Kart and Mario games, I've never really played games.
Do you
Like
still have that Minecraft house? Is it still built?
I'd have to ask her.
If she can send a screenshot, I would love to see it, and we can post it on this video
Okay,
so
I'll
people
see
can
if I
see
can
it.
find it. Oh my gosh, it's been so many years, but she might have it. I don't know how Minecraft works, but she
you
might
never
have
you
it.
never know with kids. They keep stuff that their parents help them with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she might have a little screenshot of it. I'll ask her.
Um, well, speaking of gaming, it sounds like you've kind of more real life gaming, but now that you've been playing online, and I've seen a few people do this, but have you ever met someone that you've met online, whether gaming or
Like
any other
in
thing?
real life?
Yeah,
No, not yet, but I would
you would.
absolutely.
Would. Well, there you guys go. Gonna have a gamer cruise in 2025.
God, that would be so much fun. Like a little reunion. That would be so fun.
That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. We don't have to get too detailed with this next portion, but does your hubby play video games?
He never did before
Mm-hmm.
pandemic changed him because we had nothing else to do.
Right.
He's big into sports,
Mm-hmm.
baseball, college football. So even those were kind of put on the back burner
Right.
for 2020. And what started gaming in our family was Breath of the Wild. My youngest got that game for Christmas
Mm-hmm.
in 2019,
Right.
and that literally carried them for 6 months in
Right.
2020, including my husband who beat the game as well. So
Well, I guess you could say he enjoyed the game then.
very much so. Cannot wait for the second one to come out.
Now, was he one of the types where when he played through the game, did he get the house that you can buy?
Yes,
So did he
I did.
like fully deck the house out? buy
My
all the
daughter's saying
upgrades?
no.
Your daughter
My
saying no.
daughter, yeah, because I don't know the answer to that. No, apparently he did get the house.
Mhm.
I don't know what that means because I did not play the game, but he did not decorate it. So
Oh. Well, when he replays it, tell him to get the house all decked out. There's really nothing
okay,
else you can do in the game other than like sleep and walk in there, and you can hang up your favorite weapons, but it's not really Animal Crossing. You're not going to be able to change the roof or put up castle walls or anything.
then what's the fun in that? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm telling every Breath of the Wild fan right now, go spam Breath of the Wild. It's better than Animal. No, I'm just.
Hey,
so
I actually love watching it being played. I just don't play it myself.
It's a very fun game. I can't wait for Tears of Kingdom sequel to come out. But so you didn't meet your husband via video games. That was going to be my next question. If you met via video games, but
No, I actually met him because one of my friends at the time was interested in him. I didn't know him, and she was too scared to talk to him. So I was like, well, I'll go do it. And I walked right up to him and tried to get them to hook up, and it didn't. It kind of backfired, and now we're married. So
all these
that's
years
how
later.
I met him. And yeah, that's how I met him.
And you probably haven't talked to your friend since. She's that jerk.
Yeah, we didn't talk for a couple years, but then we were fine.
Well, that's one way to get it. Like, oh, hey, she likes you. Well, I like you instead. All right, well, 3 kids later.
Yeah.
So do your kids play? Do your kids play games?
Yes, they used to be ballerinas, big time ballet girls. I was a ballet mom for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And again, pandemic, ballet studio closed up for a year, and right. Breath of the Wild, they all played it, all beat it. And now they're really big into Genshin.
Genshin Impact. Yep.
They love it. They play. I have to limit it. I do limit it, but they do play it every day.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. As a mom, how do you, or what do you do to tell your kids, all right, that's enough for the day? Do you have like set hours they can play, or a certain amount of time they can play? How do you?
I have set hours because mine are older. They cannot have, in our house, there's no devices, no phones, tablets, nothing until 3 p.m.
Oh.
Even if you're done with your school, you can draw, you can color, you can go outside and play. There's no devices till 3 o'clock. Right. So that's just been my rule, just to keep them. So they're not like, I don't want them to go directly into a device. There's other things besides just gaming. So that's kind of what we do.
Right. Oh, no, I haven't heard that before, but that seems like a nice way. Like you said, they're not waking up and looking at a screen. I feel like sometimes as adults, we don't give ourselves rules. So it's like, I wake up, I check Instagram for any DMs, or I'll check my email or whatever, and I just start like working, and like I'm like, I haven't even gotten out of bed yet. So honestly, I need that. Can you mom me for like a month?
Sure. No devices till 3 o'clock.
Well, I wouldn't be able to stream, so maybe until like 11. But
there you go. I mean, you could try it. Yeah. I've tried to do it, but mornings for me are easier to get my social stuff done before they need me. I get up much earlier than they do, so I can get all of my stuff done before they wake up.
Right.
So.
No, I feel that way, especially for posting content. It's like it's nice doing it first thing. I'm the type, I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, it's either gonna be first thing in the morning or in the evening. I don't like doing it in the middle of the day. It feels like it ties me up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I like it in the morning, post, done. You're done for the day.
So what games would you recommend other than, I know you play Animal Crossing, but if you were to recommend any other game to somebody, what would it be? And don't say the Animal Crossing DLC.
No, I hate the DLC actually.
I gotta say, I loved the idea of the DLC.
Oh, I hate it.
And I like that they added items.
Yeah.
But I do hate
that. All the talking.
There's a lot of talking.
God, the talking drives me crazy. Yeah. And then you have to get through the whole thing to unlock everything. It doesn't matter what you have catalog. It just, the whole thing drives me crazy.
Right.
Obviously, I recommend it for changing out the houses if you're going to do an island and you want your house to look a certain way. But other than that, no, it's not my favorite thing to play by any means.
Right.
Obviously, I would recommend Mario Kart. Any kind of game you play together is great. Stray, Nathan and the girls just played that. It was awesome. You played it. I watched you play it.
Such a fun game. I think
another one they're playing right now is
Indie Game of the Year.
Kenna did it. Oh. Yeah, Kenna's awesome. If you had a PlayStation, I would tell you to play it. But
yeah, I'm looking this. It's on Steam. It's on Steam.
Kenna is.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I don't play games you have to fight because I just get frustrated because I can't figure it out.
Right.
But Kenna, to me, it's like watching them play Breath of the Wild. I've really enjoyed it. They've enjoyed it too. They've just started playing it, and all 4 of them have really liked it. So.
Well, that's good to know. I'll add it to my 35,000 list of games I need to play and TV shows I need to watch list.
You should play Kenna on stream. That would be so much fun.
Well, this isn't about me. It's about you. And
this is my request. So that's about me.
So as far as being a mom and having a family, are there any games you would suggest to other parents as far as games that you can enjoy as a family?
I mean, any game that you can play together. It's hard. Actually, it's a lot harder than you think to find games that you can play together as a family. I run into it's mainly just one person games.
Right.
Animal Crossing, of course, is one because they can build their own islands and visit each other.
Right.
Mario Kart, Overcooked. My girls love playing Overcooked, and they can play with their friends online too with it.
I played Overcooked a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely more fun with friends. I think I played with one friend. It was a fun game.
Like any game in general, because Gartic Phone's hilarious too.
Yes, or AKA Garlic Phone. That game is fun. I remember when.
Oh my god!
Did you ever play Among Us or Fall Guys when those came out?
I was gonna say Among Us would be good. Fall Guys, I just die all the time.
Well, I mean, I think that's 80% of the players.
Oh my god, I suck at Fall Guys, but it is fun.
It is fun.
It's like Wipeout to me.
Yes, it's like a video game version of Wipeout, 1,000%.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I remember during the pandemic, I was watching a lot of Fall Guys and a lot of Among Us. And actually,
Among Us is great. I play that with the girls. It's a lot of fun.
See, I would try to stream it, but then people would know when I'm the killer. So
I mean, I think we have played on stream before, and honestly, the one because I've played with you, I can't play and watch you at the same time.
True.
So you really could.
Right.
The only thing that would be a dead giveaway is if you were an imposter, because you can tell by the music.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Unless you just didn't show that part of your screen at first, you could do that.
The screen goes black every time I chop somebody's head off.
Yeah, that's true. And then we would all know.
Oh. Okay, how about this one? What is the first game you played with your kids?
Like video game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. How about a board? Mm-hmm. Did you guys ever play board games with them?
Oh, yeah. They love Clue, Monopoly, Life.
Mm-hmm. I feel like those ones are just all-time classics. I remember playing Monopoly with my grandma, and she'd always somehow get Boardwalk.
Yeah, because you have to get Boardwalk. Oh, and Mario Party. We do play Mario Party.
See, Nintendo is all about family, but those types of games to me always break families apart.
If you're competitive, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't have a competitive bone in my body.
You have a competitive. I've seen you play Mario Kart. Oh, another one is Splatoon.
Oh, you play Splatoon?
I love it. It's so cute.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. And we all play Splatoon. Yeah, it's fun.
I did not know that.
I'm not saying I'm any good at it.
Well,
but
that's true. That's true.
It's a cute game.
Well, sticking around being a parent with kids, are there any games that you consider have been too adult or maybe too much cursing, or obviously you don't want nudity or anything like that. Have you ever had a game and you either watch them or see them play it, or have your other half play it and you're like, wait a minute, put this off. You're not allowed to play this anymore.
Oh, we've had two
Okay.
that he has attempted to play. I'm like, you can't play this around the kids. And of course he agreed.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was The Witcher and the other one was
Ooh.
The Last of Us.
Last of Us. Oh.
It's got so much cussing in it though.
Yeah. Are you going to watch the show?
Absolutely.
When the kids
and he
go
liked
to bed.
the game. Yeah, the kids will have to go to bed. And I mean, I don't shelter my kids by any means, but I don't know. It's just there's a lot of cussing in that game. And I was like, this might not be one we should play around the girls. So
Right. No, that's a good point. I mean, I think you're probably pretty educated in games, at least what to look up. You know, if they ask for a game for birthdays or Christmas.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Do you look it up beforehand as far as like the rating goes, or do you watch like a walkthrough of it, or and like a
I
trailer?
have a neighbor. My neighbor is a huge gamer, and I literally am like, is it because she knows about all of them, and and she's got 3 small kids, and so I'll shoot her a message anytime with games. So she's actually the one that recommended Animal Crossing for our house. She's like, we're going into the pandemic. It might be fun for y'all to get this. Things are shutting down. And that's why I went and bought Animal Crossing, was per her recommendation. I didn't know anything about it.
Right. I didn't know about it either. I had a friend who actually I used to live with. He moved away right before the pandemic. And the pandemic started. I think it was like the pandemic. I think everything locked down like on a Friday. And I think he told me about it on the Saturday after, or whenever it released, and I downloaded it the next day. He goes, "You're really gonna enjoy this game. I'm telling you, you're in architecture. You're gonna enjoy the design portion." I'm like, I don't know. And then I watched someone play the first 20 minutes of the game, and I saw that you get a random villager, and that you get like a cool island, and I'm like, okay, let me give this a shot. And
yeah, I mean, there was nothing else to do. I bought it for them and they didn't touch it. And so they were all playing Breath of the Wild. And I mean, Nathan's working from home. We're all at home all the time. And I was about bored to tears watching them play Breath of the Wild. So I literally asked Claire, my oldest, I was like, can you show me how to work your Switch Lite? Because I didn't know how to turn it on. And she put Animal Crossing in for me, and the rest is history. That's how, and that was probably April 2020.
20,000 followers later, and all these videos and posts and reels, and
I didn't know anything about the community in 2020.
Right.
It wasn't until 2021. I wish I had known about it, but I didn't.
I didn't either, honestly. I had a friend, Ruby Crossing, and actually I met a few people and on Twitter and Reddit, and we had a little group. There's 5 of us, and we started playing and doing what's the word when everybody like exchanges what they have?
Like an item exchange or catalog party?
Yeah, catalog party. So they set up a part of their island where you can put down all of your pockets. And we each knew, okay, mine's the 3rd slot, so I'm going to go start at 4. And we rotated all around, and everybody picked up every item.
Oh, that's
cataloged
really
it. But then he posted online a photo that got like crazy likes, and started an Instagram, and I was like, you should start one, and a few of us did, and that's what
Yeah, I wish I had known about it. I didn't know anything about it. I did my own thing. I didn't even know you could time travel until like the end of 2020.
Yeah. But there was a fun way of playing slow, in my opinion.
There was. You did your dailies and then you turned it off.
Yeah,
and that
did
was
your
it.
dailies. Well, I mean, for me, I also don't have kids. So for me, I mean, there'd be days I was playing like 8 hours. I'm just walking around my island. But I was visiting other people's islands too. This is when I needed everything. Like I remember going to somebody's island and they had all the ice cream cone lights. I went and cataloged all the ice cream cones. But then I would order my 5 items on the Nook catalog or whatever, and I'd have to wait a full day. Like,
was this before you time traveled too?
This is before I time traveled, so I'd wait till the next day, and then I'd be so excited. The next morning, I'd wake up and get
like Christmas.
Yeah, like, oh, I ordered this, and I would just go place it anywhere randomly. There was no design intent. It was just ice cream cone, flower, fence, and Good times.
I love it. We should do an island like that where you can't.
Uh,
But I remember moving my very first neighborhood ever
mm-hmm.
and not time traveling.
Oh,
So I'd move one
yes.
house, wait a day, move the next house
Yes.
because I didn't know you could time
And the
travel.
longest part was moving the houses. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like, oh,
it took forever.
it did. It really did. Oh
Oh,
man.
and bridges, like having
Oh,
to actually, you had to work for it. You had to like
make
sell
money.
fruit and stuff
Yeah.
to
Or
pay your
well,
bridges off.
I'd make my own tarantula island. Did you ever do
I
that?
never knew how to do that. No, I never knew how to do
So
it.
I googled it all up, and it was like chop down all the trees, get rid of everything, make the island bare, so that and you do it at night, so only tarantulas were the only ones showing up at that point.
You
And
have to do it on like a mystery island, though, right?
the best one was like a bamboo island. Yeah, one of the mystery islands, one you have to fly
Yeah.
to. But the bamboo island was like the best one.
So how many times did you faint?
All the time. And also, my better half, she would watch me play, but she would laugh at me because I hate spiders. And
Oh, I know. You still have one you need to eat.
hey. But I would run around and I would see it. And then sometimes it wouldn't see me, so I would like creep up to it and then get it. Or if I'd miss and then it would get me, or I would
No,
run.
no,
I
like
learned how to run and then have it like, you would be like there and then jump and get it. But I was like, my heart was like pounding. It was like, you would think I'm, fighting for my life and I'm catching
Oh, but I'm with
tarantulas.
you. Like I would rather catch the scorpions than the tarantulas.
Yeah, I think the tarantulas are, more scary for me. But I didn't.
I hate spiders
But by the
though.
time the scorpions came out, I also wasn't playing as much. By the summertime, I had slowed down because I'd played
Yeah.
so much of it. That was before obviously island tours or anything. But
Did you know that if you don't have a net in your pocket, they won't chase you?
really,
Yeah.
huh?
So
We
if you have just a random, like if you're at night, a random tarantula on your island, you have a net in your pocket, you can walk right through them. They don't do anything to you.
they don't give a crap. Wow, really?
Yeah, I didn't know it either till recently.
We need a more clip
I know,
on this
right?
thing.
There's no rule book. You just got to figure it out.
Well, I guess before we go, I want to ask you a couple things, and
Okay.
I didn't preface you with any of these, so these are gonna be off the top of the noggin. One, are you or were you ever an avid reader? And if you were, do you have a book that you would recommend for anybody? Whether it's for fun or
I don't. Okay, I don't love reading. It's not like my favorite hobby, but I have read. And when I do read, it's typically you're gonna laugh at me. I like the classics, like Anne of Green Gables, Little House on the
oh
Prairie.
wow, you're
Yeah,
old school.
I
I like
I
it.
am. I am. I loved my college literature class because it was all of the Oliver
Mm,
Twist and To Kill a Mockingbird. I
right,
love them all. Anytime I try to read something new and more modern, I get really bored with it for some reason. I don't know why.
interesting. Hmm. So are you? Well, this is good. This is gonna be part of the next question, but do you like older movies as well?
I do not. I
Really?
like no, I don't. I find them boring. I know I'm weird. I think the older movies are just I don't know if it's just the video quality. Maybe I'm snobby with that cuz even with cartoons.
Hmm.
Okay, this is weird too. I like the older style cartoons over the newer style cartoons.
Well, older, do you mean by like Bugs Bunny?
Like Smurfs
Smurfs. Okay.
and
It's like 80s, 90s kind of
yeah,
cartoons. Yeah.
Rugrats,
Yeah.
Garfield, that kind of thing. I love that cartoon style.
That was like me yesterday. Me and a couple other people were talking in Discord about actually Rugrats. The question of the day in Discord was like a fictional character you'd want to be, and a TV show fictional character, and I said, well, it depends if it's real life or cartoon. Because if it's cartoon, I'd want to be Tommy Pickles because he was like
Yeah,
fearless. You know what I mean? Always had the screwdriver ready. Even though I'm
I
more for
love
Chucky, but
Tommy.
um
Not Chucky.
and yeah, no, that's yeah.
Oh,
So
Recess too is another one.
recess. Okay, no, I could have a whole episode podcast just
Yeah,
talking about old cartoons, but
I'm there for that one.
maybe one day. We have a lot planned for the podcast, guys. So make sure you keep listening. A last question, Mel, is a pet peeve.
What? Any pet peeve?
Any pet peeve? Someone chewing too loud. Somebody doesn't use their blinker when turning. I mean, you live in the southern hemisphere, so nobody uses blinkers where you're at. But
Yes, we do.
not when I drive there. Let me tell you.
Oh my God, I have so many.
How about a gaming related one? Do you have any gaming related pet peeves?
Like an Animal Crossing one,
Sure.
or just
Always crashing my island.
the airport. Having to fly to and from people's islands the way they did it. I wish it was more like Mario Kart. Like you just you open up your gates and everyone's there in and out. If somebody crashes, it doesn't crash the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's a huge pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. So your pet peeve is more with Nintendo. We're talking to you, Nintendo. This is more.
Yeah. Make it easier for us to play.
Exactly.
It drives me crazy. And all the talking, and like if you're in the airport as well and you hit dodo code when you're not supposed to, you can't just go back. You have to go through the whole thing again. Yeah, that kind of stuff drives me nuts.
All right, last question. Last outro question. Not any island that you've built or anybody's in particular, but do you have a favorite theme? Like, no matter how many islands you've visited or created, do you have like a favorite theme? You're just like, this one always makes my day.
Ooh. So it doesn't have to be one that I've built, like, because there's a theme that I can't do. But I love Kidcore. I think it's so cute.
Wow.
It's refreshing. It's fun.
Okay.
It's adorable. I love it.
Well, it's good to know. Kidcore to me has evolved, and let me know if you feel the same way. It feels like Kidcore went from rainbow, vibrant, to it's kind of evolved to a little more pastel and muted, and it still has the fun toys and fun colors, but it won't blind you.
No, and it's just so cute. I love it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Oh, what's good to know. Well, Mel, where can everybody find you? If they want to say, I want to go follow you. Where are you at?
I am mainly on Instagram. I do have a Twitter, but I don't ever use it.
And that is Storybrooke _ACNH, correct?
Correct.
All right, and we'll probably put it in the description somewhere out there, but people will be able to click a link. But I appreciate you being here today, and hope you have fun. And we'll talk again soon, as you're part of the whole coalition for this podcast. And
yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun.
I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you around.